Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we have something different because today we are going to show you exactly how to analyze the market like a pro using your mobile phone. If you don't have access to your computer, if you don't have a computer, I'm gonna show you exactly how to analyze this market using only your phone. You can see here we are on a pair gold USD. We can analyze it with two pairs, so you can see exactly and find out how we analyze using only supply and demand and also support and resistance. That's our best method that we're going to use today to analyze and sort out those types of zones. And those are the zones that's going to fuel our entries. Those are the zones that are going to give us beautiful entries. And without wasting time, guys, let's get started. And also help us before we go further, just help us like our video if it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, guys, you can see here gold is on a downtrend. So when it's on a downtrend, they all say you wanna ride with the trend. Okay, hopefully you understand that, but it's not always the case. But you wanna just ride with the trend. Okay, and now you can see now we are moving up like this, and while it's moving up, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna uh you are just going to analyze its price goes on. So you can see gold was going up. It's a 4 hour time frame, guys, and start this consolidation here, break out, coming to retest the demand that was left here. As you can see, when gold went up, when on this consolidation, they left a demand here. So basically, what you're gonna do, you're going to mark that demand. I prefer using a zone, not just a line, guys. I don't use lines because lines are not good and they don't increase the accuracy. I use a zone like this. So I expect the market to come into my zone, give me a reason to enter, then I will enter a buy from my demand there. As you can see, gold just went up and it came back, rotating our demand here, then takes our order. Then our first target will be here on the last higher high that was formed because this is an uptrend form. Okay, then we can wait here, waiting for gold to do something else. And you can see we've been waiting for some days, and when we realize that when gold went up like this, it formed also another rally based rally or another demand here. Okay, this is a short-term demand, but if we go on a smaller time frame, it's quite just a bigger demand. Okay, and we can also mark this demand. How do we mark the demand? I'm going to explain that in just few minutes. Okay, as you can see, this was the demand left by gold. Okay, then as you can see, gold went up, coming back to retest the demand just here. Then again back to retest the demand again here. You could have entered position just here, and then your target will be the last high from, and exactly it goes into your profit. Then you take your profit just like that. Then gold came back, coming back, and you can see it came back to our last marked demand. So you can see if gold gives you a reason to enter a buy here, you should just enter a buy. So you don't have faith. It's your demand area. So after entering a buy here, you target the last high that was formed, and you can see you are into profit just like this. It's so simple, guys. Not that complicated. And as you can see, before we go further, you can see that gold has also formed another demand just here when it was going up, formed a rally based rally and also a rally based rally here on a previous resistance. But let's just check first on this smaller demand that was formed here, probably just moving this here. Okay, and as you can see, we are just going to extend. I'm just going to extend somewhere there and see if we can get a reason to, and just extend our demand to the right. And as you can see, guys, gold just went up somewhere here, forming a very nice head and shoulder pattern above here, coming back straight, here. As you can see, it passed through this demand because it's not really an important demand, and it went down. It goes down. I want to grab my arrow, guys. As you can see, it goes down and coming to retest our demand again here. So if you would have taken positions here, our target will be on the last high. As you can see, it was very net. It was very net. If you use zones, you will always meet the target. You can see I don't use a line, I use a zone. So I can mark the week, probably just the week, and you can see then mark just this supply that was formed here. That will be my target, guys. There was a supply that was formed here when gold was dropping, and also another supply that was formed above. Okay, another supply that was formed above. So we can see if this supply is going to be of a use to us. Okay, it's not the perfect marking, but you got the clue, guys. As you can see, we scrolling, just scrolling through and scrolling through. As you can see, if we extend our supply here, you can see gold just came back to our supply here, and maybe probably giving you a reason to enter. So as you can see, this is a 4-hour time frame. It's really a bigger time frame. Your first target will probably be on resistance, this very strong resistance that was formed here, guys. Hopefully you have spotted that out. This very strong resistance that was formed here, probably have spotted out. That will be your first take profit, and maybe your second take profit would be here. Okay, would be here, but we didn't reach that, so we went into losses here, went into drawdown here, guys. So probably we are taken out because our stop loss will be just above here. In this case, we are also going to move down again. As gold goes on forming our demands and supplies, we are also just marking them. You can see we are just marking them. It's also a very nice demand. Okay, it's also a very nice demand, guys, and we're just marking them as we go on. And by then also gold forms a very nice demand here, guys. You can see if we can just mark this demand and also a support, it was formed there, and we can just mark like this. And when gold went up, it's on an uptrend. When gold went up, coming back to retest here, maybe giving you a reason to enter on the 5-minute time frame, then you can enter targeting your last high, and then gold come back here, guys, and you could have entered position here. Probably could have, because it also was a very strong resistance at the time, but you can be taken out by this very long weight here, and that's probably so bad, and maybe we can also re-enter when it gets back here. Okay, so it's not always going to be perfect, guys. You have to accept that. And when gold was going up, it formed again another demand. So we're going just to mark all the demands, and that demand was formed here, guys, formed here. So we have to mark that too. We are not going to ignore anything. We have to mark that. You can see I've marked it, and then the gold started going down. You can mark to the lower week of the last candlestick. That's our demand. Okay, and there we go. If you can see, when the price came back to that demand, it was really on a sharp move. You can see a sharp move, and cannot give you a reason to enter a buy here, and so you can only maybe enter a buy after a breakout and also testing this zone, and you can so go up. But I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't have done that. So we can mark our supply formed when gold was dropping. It formed this beautiful supply here, guys, and let's see if this supply holds some water. Okay, then now gold is down, so went down here, coming back, we're testing our supply here. Then you can enter a sell position. Then our target will be always on this low, okay, on our last zone that we marked. Okay, this last zone we marked should be our target. Okay, we shouldn't trade through zones, we trade up to zones, guys, and that's very important. Okay, as you can see, gold is in a very steep uptrend, and then we are still going to mark the support and also demand here. We are going to mark those demands as we go on, looking if price can give us this demand, so we have a reason to end out our position. Okay, and if an uptrend is steep like this, guys, we really don't use those demands. We start looking at reasons to buy on a resistance. Okay, what I mean by that, I mean uh, if if the market is steep like this on an uptrend which is steep, we expect the market to come back and there is test only previous resistance. You can see only testing previous resistance, then it's going up. Okay, as you can see, it's just moving up, then testing the previous resistance, then it goes up until reversal. So for me, this type of a very steeper trend, I only trade it sometimes, but not most of the time. And sometimes I'll just let it be. I don't really get into a steeper trend like that. As time goes on, we keep marking our zones, guys. Keep marking our zones. Then we probably mark until the end. And then let's go on another pair, guys. Let's go on another pair and check if we can get similar moves. Probably GPUSD. Okay, so you can see GPUSD is here, guys. Uh, on a smaller uptrend. You see, guys, temporarily on a uptrend, but overall it's in a downtrend. Okay, okay, so we are on a forward trend. We are let's mark from a bit far. So we are marking from here. Okay, when gold was, when GBUSD was going down, it will always leave our zones. It always leave these supplies. Those are important supplies, guys, and those supplies are the ones that are going to give us a reason to sell next time. Okay, the supplies are the one going to give us a reason to sell next time. Okay, as you can see, I'm just marking them. I'm just marking them like this, so we should know exactly where we are. And also, there's a demand left here. Demand left here, guys. You can see I've marked this too, so we might get a reason to enter. Okay, on this one, as you can see, on this one, my first entry would be here. First entry would be here when GPUSD was dropping, then coming back to test our zone here, coming back here, testing our zone, and my TP will be just below here. Okay, and if I can hold some layers, I will also target the next low. If I can hold some layers and moving my top loss into profit or break even, then I'll be sorted. And then gold starts playing, going down, leaving these supplies again. And then when it came down, it started leaving this demand. Then it didn't give us a reason to sell here. So we let it go, guys, and it goes like that. And as you can see, it goes far, far up. It starts on this consolidation. You can see the consolidation. Most of the time, I'll let it be, but sometimes I can also trade it, but I don't recommend you trading that. Then it goes back, getting back to our zone here. So if it gives you a reason to buy, to sell here, we're gonna sell here, guys, and you target your last marked zone here, guys, to be a fake target. And if you can hold some position, you can also target the last low that was formed or the next zone that's formed here. If you don't be greedy, guys, you should always consider risk management, and also very important. You can see here, GPUSD also started leaving these supplies here above here, guys, which might be very useful in future. So we just gonna look if we can see the price coming back to our supplies here, and then we use them as trade area. And as you can see, we are just making this support and also the supply. We just mark through, market won't be perfect always, but we just wanna have a look at it. Okay, just like this. And then you can see Nothing is perfect, guys. So you can see this this supply, using retest this supply yet, and this small supply was marked here. We get up going movement coming back to our supply here. Then it goes above. We can't get a reason to enter here because it goes above. Probably I don't think we could have entered here. So I don't see a reason to enter, even though I can look on a smart time frame. I don't see a reason to enter here, guys. It's performing a small consolidation, going back out of our zone, targeting our this up zone here, but it didn't reach there, so it went down here, forming another supply here, coming back to retest it, and then shoot down, targeting our last low. And as you can see, we are on a downtrend, guys. Downtrend. All we have to do right now is to mark our supplies. We can mark this support here. I mean this resistance here. And if you take positions here, you target the last low that was formed. And that's how we keep going, guys. And you can see, we can also mark this one is also a supply. And all those can help you just trade. As the market goes down, you keep doing that. I've told you, if the market is on a downtrend, very sloppy downtrend, you are going to use the last support. If it's an uptrend, you're going to use the last resistance. And if you guys like this type of video, don't forget to like and maybe subscribe. And let me just check again on another thing: how to mark our supply and demand precisely. Okay, you are going to mark. If I'm going to mark our supply and demand precise, guys, I have to consider few things. Okay, let me say I'm going to mark this demand here. I'm going to mark the last candlestick of opposite color. If it's an upward move, I'm going to mark it from the open to the shadow down here, from the open to the wick, to the downward wick. That's how we are going to mark our supply. I mean our demand. And if we're going to mark our supply, guys, the supply is marked like this. From the upper of the candlestick to the open of the price, just like that. That's how we mark them precise. As you can see, we marked it just like that. Okay, that's how we mark them, guys. And probably you like this type of video, guys. Make sure that you subscribe and also turn on the bell icon so I can notify you every time I post a new video. Thank you, guys, and see you again on the next video.